Okay, cool. So, guys, welcome to the very first Train the Trainer. I'm so excited about this. I think this is going to be, I'm believing it's going to be very beneficial to all of us, not just to you. For me, the preparing it and really thinking through some of this stuff, but for you as well, taking this down to your leaders. So week number 1 is all about becoming an influencer and why that is important. So of course, you know me. I don't have to introduce myself, but the way to be lasting and have authority in network marketing is really not about the product and the company and the comp plan and all of that. We know that's important. That's part of a recipe for success. But is that what's going to make you successful? And the answer I can tell you is no. It is all about what you become and who you become. It's about you because, people stay for people. People join people. Your business is only as strong as the leaders inside of your business. So much of it is business, is people orientated. The product, fabulous. The comp plan, fabulous. The company, amazing. But at the end of the day, it's about who and what you become. That's going to determine what you're going to build. And are you going to build this legacy that you are desiring to build for your family? And when I say you, I'm talking about me. I have got so much growing to do. And, I'm working on that constantly. But it is so much about who and what we become. So it's about being an influencer and developing influencers. This is how you create a long-term dynasty and legacy. Now, it's not about necessarily about creating a monster of a business, but for me, as you guys know, legacy is super important. And I do know that if you think about people that have built legacy, did they build it because of a product or a business, or did they build it because of who they became in the process? And I believe it's about who they became in that process that actually concreted the legacy that was their purpose in life. So very important to become an influencer. And when we look at the definition of an influencer, it says it's an individual who has the power to affect purchase decisions of others because of his or her authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with his or her audience. So it's our relationship with our people and our audience on social media. An individual who has a following in a particular niche which they actively engage with. So it's about having such authority with people. They so trust you and like you and believe that you'll lead them on the right path, that it helps them grow and get to the next level. Now, that is what your role is. That's what my role is. It's not just about let's sell Pro Tandem. It's about let's help people come up higher. The difference between a distributor and an influencer is distributors really are disposable. They come and they go. We've seen that. We all see that. Whereas influencers are professionals. When they say they're going to do something, they do it. They are permanent and they are here for the long term. They commit. It's a different type commitment, complete different type commitment. So a lot of tonight, I want to ask you to assess yourself where you at within this. Now, there's no pointing of fingers or, this is done so that Susie can see that she's done X, Y, and Z. None of that nonsense. This is about, I'm teaching you what I've just recently been taught about the importance of becoming an influencer in this industry. When you become an influencer, you monopolize social media, right? People are just drawn to you. That's just one way of it. Your team commits more. The most important thing to create is your legacy, or for your legacy is the influences in your organization. So our impact, the product, the great systems, etc., buys us time to develop these influences. That's like, for me, the product, the company, or the events, like the stuff we've done, has bought me time to retain you amazing people, because we together are going to rise up and become influencers so that we can help so many more others do the same. So it helps to have a great product and a great company and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, the thing that makes it sustainable is that you become this authority that people want to be with because they trust you and they believe that you are going to take them to where they want to be. They have hope. When they see you, they see hope. The development of us into an influencer takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight, but it starts with an awareness of what does it mean and what does it take to be an influencer. So let's have a look at these 5 traits of an influencer and ask yourself, how many people in your team possess these? Number 1, they are independent. You don't have to push them. Now, guys, these are traits of an influencer. They are independent. How many independent people do you have? And how many people can you coach to understand that they need to be independent? It's a bit like me saying tonight that, you know, your business starts and ends with you. That was put in there with a plan. That's to start sowing the seeds, because that's developing influencers when they understand that they need to be independent. All of us. Problem solvers. Who do you have that spends 5% on the problem and 95% on the solution? Doesn't that sound awesome? How many do you have to do that? Do you do that? Consistent. How many people do you have that are so consistent? Man, they are in it every day. Rain, shine, or hail, they in it. They are not hot. They are not cold. They are just committed. This week they in, next week they in, the following week they in. It doesn't matter what their circumstances, what life has thrown at them. This week or next week, they just in. They're consistent. These people create action on their own. They come to you and they say, I've just booked an event. I've hired out the RSL down the road, and in 2 weeks' time, Susie and Johnny and Sandra are going to go with me and we're going to have a presentation. How amazing. They walk into the room and people get into productivity because they can feel it. They feel when somebody is committed, when somebody is consistent, when they are independent, people feel that and they are attracted to those people. These people have big vision. They have big vision for themselves and for their team. Let's have a look at some numbers. So this is said, and this is specific to network marketing, that you need on average 25 influencers to be able to create yourself $1 million a month income. Now, we're not here to talk about the $1 million a month. I'm just giving you what the statistic says, right? But what if you could this year start with one influencer in your team? One person who is there in, day out, committed, consistent, fixing stuff instead of telling you there's a problem. Creating events, coming to you saying, oh my gosh, I've got this vision. Can I share it with the team? Can you help develop one person like that this year? And so let me ask you, are you one of them? Because if you're not one of those people yet, then we need to help you get there. And the same with me. I've looked at these traits and I've asked myself, Charlotte, how independent are you? Do you have to be pushed? And this is in all regards. Do you have to be pushed to do certain things? Do you have to talk to yourself a lot? Yes, I do. I do. I do also procrastinate. Believe me, I'm human, right? I have my days where I'm like, I don't want to do another meeting. I want to just go sit out in the garden and stare at the trees. We have those days, right? How much of a problem solver are you? Do you constantly phone Pam, email Pam, message Pam, oh my gosh, this has gone wrong, blah, blah. Or do you do it in this way? Hey, I've noticed there's this problem and I suggest that this could be a possible solution. Consistent. Are you in the game day in, day out? You're not hot or cold? Do you create action on your own? Have you got your team running? You guys are doing parties, events, or trainings, or, you know, coffees, or, you know, weekends away, whatever you do. And how much of a vision do you have? Because you know what, friends, most people lack a vision. You know, there's a proverb that says, people perish for the lack of vision. And when they find somebody who can share vision, it inspires, it encourages them, they hang on to that and they want to stick to you and run with you. So do you have big vision? And the most important question with that is, do you share it? How often do you share it? Oh my gosh, if the biggest thing I can teach you tonight is share your vision. Share your vision. Share that vision that makes you want to cry. That vision that when you talk about it, you can feel it in your gut. You can literally feel your heart almost rip to pieces, because that is so your thing. That is your purpose. But you know what? Visions are not meant to be just for you. They are meant to be shared because people buy into them. People are looking constantly for a place of belonging. And your vision or purpose may just be what theirs is. Imagine what you can develop when you share your vision and you allow other people in. We have a mission to get away from the hype of, you know, building rock solid futures for our people. Like a lot of network marketers, it's all about hype. It's all about hype. It's really annoying me. I've been looking at some of the leaders like on the pages that I follow, and it's just annoying. It's always, they're always having a holiday somewhere. Really? Don't you work? Don't you work? Like, don't be one of those people that builds this business on hype. Influencers build this vision or this business on deep stuff, on those trades I've just told you, and those, and you know, building a legacy, creating that vision that people want to be a part of. What do you stand for? What have you given out to your team? These are some big questions, and I'm thinking for myself as I'm telling them to you. You know, have I been consistent with my vision? Have I walked my talk? Because it's easy to talk. Am I showing up? Am I the example that my team need to see? For everyone, not just for some people. Isn't it funny how we behave better with some people and worse with others? Can anybody relate, or is it just me? Because I definitely do that. And that's bad. So let's create rock solid businesses by becoming huge, big influencers. Build this into your daily coaching guides with your people and see how your business is going to change. I think it's super important to understand, as you do now, what does it take to be an influencer? And of course, this is just a mild little, you know, training on it, but it's food for thought. So to get you to the next level, what do we need to do to help you influence more? I'm going to open this for some questions or feedback. Anybody got anything they want to add or say?
Good questions. Now I've got to just think about it all. I'm like, okay. That was good.
Do you agree?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You agree?
Charlotte, I absolutely loved it. And it just gave me a reminder, and I really can't wait to share that with my leaders. You know, being that influencer, you know, it's exactly what you do and Tara do. So I found this absolutely wonderful, and I cannot wait to go back and share with the team.
Oh, thank you, Beata. That's awesome. Thank you,
Thanks,
Dara.
love.
Thank you. It's so nice to get feedback, and it doesn't always have to be the great feedback. So if there's anything else a question even, guys, if there's a question you have on, so I'm in this habit, and what do I do to shift it and get to that? Or
Charlotte, I'm not going to put my video on because you probably won't
That's
see
fine.
me. I just like to sit in the dark after 8 o'clock in the evening. But I had a great chat with you last week, and one of the things that I took from it was exactly that, to be an influencer. And I started to feel a lot more confident about actually not worrying so much what my team think about what I'm saying, whether they think I'm pushy or whether they think I'm talking too much or I'm too inspiring or I'm too much of a visionary, and really just be true to myself in regards to how I feel, which is 100% day in, day out, and really share the excitement. Now, my question is, how do you deal with people whom you feel like kind of they can be great leaders, but it's just doesn't feel like they're taking in that kind of nurturing that you know to give. How can we work with? I don't know. Maybe it's a different style, or what's your take on getting more people to be influencer visionaries, so on and so forth, as leaders? Thank you.
Great question. I feel that one of the most important traits of a leader is that you understand that people are all different and unique. And not two people are going to have the same passions or, be driven by the same trades or skills. And so I always, when I talk to somebody like that, I think to myself, what is this person's strengths? What stands out? What I see is something that they're doing really well. And so I like to always then hone in on that and say to them, I notice that you are so brilliant at, enrolling or whatever the case may be. And I think you've got a lot of value to add and to maybe bring that to our team. Would you be willing to have a little chat on Monday night's training? So what I'm doing is I'm developing them into becoming this influencer without them even knowing it.
Wow, that's such a great advice. Thank you.
Right? So
fantastic.
So the best thing always is to find a person's strengths, because let's face it, we all have stuff we don't do or we do wrong. But when you take that strength and you compliment them, straight away they feel good, and then turn that into how can you use that strength to actually help their weakness grow.
Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Go, Katie.
Yeah, look, it's the vision thing for me that's really, like you're just talking about the vision. I've actually only found my vision in the last couple of weeks, believe it or not. And when it comes to you and it's solid and there's nothing that's going to stop you.
Oh my gosh.
People can feel it. People can relate to it. And they want it. They want to be around you. They want to be a part of you. They want to be helped and taught and guided by you. And I've only just got to that point, and it's wonderful. And I want to create that for my team. I want to bring people in that want my vision and what I see. And in order to do that, the enthusiasm has to be there. I mean, I'm enthusiastic anyway, as you know, but this is just taking me to the whole other level. And and look at what you said, Charlotte, resonated with me. As soon as you said that, I thought, well, fuck, there it is. There it is. Get your vision solid. Stick it up on your board, whatever you need to do. But you then become this influencer, because you will influence people to be the best person and the best version of themselves. And then you will create success.
Katie, what I found is that really my vision and my purpose has unfolded over the years, and I only really now feel like I'm walking in it. And, you know, I always use this analogy. I say, if you have a car and it's just parked in the garage, you're not moving, you're not steering it anywhere. So just at least get in the car and just put it in first gear and go forward. In other words, just start even believing anything for your vision. But then as you walk it, the car can be steered to where it needs to go. And so that's what's happened with you, is you started walking it, not having a clue what you're doing. You're like all over the place. And now, like with meeting Amber and meeting this one and that one, you are being steered to where you know your calling is. And it's not like anybody can tell you what it is. You just know it.
I know.
Feel it, okay? The importance now is to learn when to share it, how to share it, and who to share it with.
Yeah.
Because there's a saying as well that says, do not throw your pearls in front of swines, in other words, pigs, because they're going to just eat it and tramp on it. Okay, so be very wise with who you share it. You need to have discernment and really feel like this person is somebody I should share with. And you'll learn that. It's not something somebody can just teach you. You will learn it as you walk your journey. But my biggest tip for you is be careful who you share it with, number one, because if you throw it in front of the wrong person, they can damage it for you. Number two is sometimes you just want to show people little bits at a time. Do you know, I excuse me for using this because I don't like to use religion, but I want to tell you this. When Gabriel, the angel, told Mary, because you all know Gabriel told Mary she's having a baby and the baby's Jesus, right? The Bible says this. It says, and Mary pondered these things in her heart. Mary didn't run out in the street and go, hey, everyone, I'm going to have a baby and he's going to be the king of the world. No, she didn't, because what would people do? They would think Mary's just lost her freaking marbles, right? So vision and purpose is something that's so delicate and so precious. Man, you got to protect it.
And look, Charlotte, I can see why you're saying it to me.
Because I'm saying it in general. I'm not just saying
but it totally resonates with me, because I'm almost learning that already, because I'm shutting up. And I'm putting my back against the wall a little bit, and Amber's actually tells me to shut up a lot. So, I'm learning from her, but there is a point where you have to be, I don't know what the word is, graceful or something, or I don't know, just, who to say to and who to talk to.
It's wisdom,
and it's such a learning curve and a beautiful journey, I think, that, that we can be different and be more humble and all those things, but it takes practice. And I think anything that we're doing here, it takes practice for our brains to reprogram. But we have the ability to do that, don't we?
It's such a subject that I love, vision, because I've spent my whole life looking for mine. Seriously, I'm like, I knew there was something. I knew I was going to make a difference somewhere. I just knew it. But it took me a long time to find it, right? But it's so dear to my heart. So I love talking about it. What I just want to say this one more thing is that people have been hurt by people who have just blawed out their whole vision. And actually, the next week they come back and they've got a different vision. So vision is a very sensitive thing, and some people can buy into that and really, really, really get hurt if they trust you and you don't walk it out. So what you may find is that some people will be reserved, they'll hold back, they'll say, I don't want to be a part of that. So just give them little bits, and give them grace until they can start seeing, man, she really means this. She's really walking this. I can trust her. And suddenly, what's going to happen, Katie? You're just going to attract all these people from all over that's got the same heart, same vision. I can see it. I can see it for you. And
Charlotte, exactly. I fully agree, because many things, to be fully honest, being influencer is not what you talk, to be fully honest. is that how people perceive you, what you're doing day to day, and who you are, what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And you find that after 2 years, oh, I watching you 2 years, you know, and you know, in the place you are. And is the same with the teams as well. I think they know, they want to see what we are actually, and
So
if
true.
we really walk their walk ourselves.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
yeah, go, Libby.
Can I just say that, like, I've really found that I'm living my life purpose, and I find that once you get into that, you feel that, and you have your vision, and if you're authentic and you listen, then you're going to become really infectious.
Totally. There's the recipe. You want to hear what's the recipe? Say that again, Susan.
So when you find you're living your life purpose and you've got your vision and you be authentic, then you're going to, and you listen, then you're going to be infectious.
Guys, I'm just looking for it. I put up a quote the other day, and I said, I don't know if you saw it on my page, you may not have, but I said, this is my absolute favorite new quote. Did any of you see that? And it really is. I mean, every time I see that quote, my heart jumps a beat. And I'm just trying to find it for you now, but it says something like this, that the most influential leader is the one that you don't hear talk. So in other words, it's not the one with a big mouth going all over, yap, 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 I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No. It's the quiet one. The one that's that influencer, that's consistent, that's got vision, that's a problem solver, that's doing all that stuff. The quiet, but the one that shows up, right? Because a lot of people in this world, and especially in our industry, have got big mouths. Here it is. It's by Fred Wilson. It says this, is a person who is quietly confident makes the best leader. Isn't that beautiful? So it's the same with an influencer. The person who is quietly confident, in other words, you know you're walking your purpose, you know you're not hot and cold, you're committed, you know you're consistent, you know you are sharing vision and attracting people, all that stuff, but you're doing it quietly, confidently, you will be the best leader. Because the other stuff, that's the hype. And yeah, good people are not drawn to it. Do you know who's drawn to it? The ones who want to make quick money and then go to the next.
I was going to say, being with the last few companies, exactly, Charlotte. That's exactly what it was, right?
So guys, I've loved this. I've loved your sharing. Oh my gosh, my heart feels so full now. So full. So does anybody else want to comment before we close? No, you're all good. Did you enjoy this?
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, have a fantastic week. I'll see some of you guys at the events. Enjoy it. I love you lots, and look after yourselves. Okay, guys. See ya. Bye.